Oh, we are 1 minute in advance on our 5 minute late schedule. I
Casper.
started too early. Okay, so good morning, everybody, or good day, or good night. I don't know what time it is on your side of the planet. We released yesterday version 32.60, I think, which is still a lot of minor bug corrections and a lot of major improvements under the hood and in a kind of hidden way because you can access it with the experimental functions, but it's all about getting ready for version 26, which is really close now. I think most of the functions that we wanted to be there are there into the testing mode. So for the beta users, um, I was just polishing the auto creation of lists and meditations and translations into 20 languages and auto generation of the images. It starts working really well, um, which will allow us to finish all the new meditations that we are doing for the new adventure series. And you will find Christine's 33 Treasures. You will find Carla's magical beings that you can connect. And you will find my journey into the solar system, where you can just go into some specific places of the solar system and receive some healing. And I think it's very exciting because it's a new way of working on yourself and doing some healing somehow, and engaging with some parts of you that resonate with this kind of approaches that are more spiritual. Um, but I think a lot of us are very open to this, and so it's a new way of addressing some issues. And remember, as with all list items, all these items are linked to organs, emotions, meridians, or chakras. It means that we can have, when you go into the list, for instance, of the new journey into the solar system, you will find 44 planets or asteroids or places that you can go to receive healings related to certain organs or emotions. And it can be, as every list, it can be automatically scored according to your recording and to your exploration, because we know what emotions you need to work or what organs you need to work on. And we know that amongst these 44 meditations, some are more related to the organs that you need to work. So it will be a new way. For instance, if you need to work, I don't know, let's just share it to be more practical. So if I go on test lists and journey into the solar system, so I'm working on it to add some images and so on. So if you go to, I don't know, Mercury, um, this is related to throat chakra, nervous system, lungs, communication, anxiety relief, uh, lung and large intestine meridians. And you can, if you want, read the whole meditation. Uh, and as you can see, it's currently being translated into many languages. So all of this will be streamlined. You can now generate the pictures just by clicking on generate, which will give you an image according to the description here and according to a general prompt to generate item images. So you can just put some text here. When you create a list, whatever the list, you can create a general direction for the AI to create the images, and it will use this general direction for the whole list, and then the text and description. So even if you create a list of products, for instance, I guess if you want to make some supplements, you can either pick, for instance, this one. Um, you can either pick something from the images that would be suggested that come from Wikipedia, or you could generate an image based on the description and the title, and maybe, why not, a general prompt here. So this list is not mine, so I don't have the editing rights. Let's take one of mine. Let's take this one. Okay. So here we have a lot of things, but for instance, this one, it didn't find into the images that could be in Wikipedia. So we could generate it just from this text. And it's much nicer, of course, when you have lists to have images related to every item, because it's also used during the testing, because you know you can test lists with biofeedback, which means that if you go into this veggies links or vegetables and fruits, for instance, this is not mine. Let's take this one. Okay, so if you go into this one, when you do a live test with a live evaluation, you will hold the sensor and it will send you the information about all of these items. And if you have the title and the image and the actions and biomarkers, which will lead to some specific frequencies and so on, it will make a much more accurate biofeedback test. Let me just take my list of what I wanted to share with you. Yes, another very important thing, because this is more for pros or for experts that want to create their own list. One important thing that you will find in the latest version is now when you go to Harmonic Boost, there is a big change. Because you now have these buttons, add missing priorities and add missing resources, which will look into your priorities to see if some have not been added here, but more importantly, the resources. And this is very new. If I click on it,
Oh, wow. Ooh,
I will get some new items on this,
very cool.
which are the resources for each of the different parts. So if I go back to complete, it will start with some items, and it will use the resource for these different items to call the resource into action to help you more. So until now, when we did the harmonic boosts, we only worked on priorities. But when we did the personal guide, we start by the resource and then we address the priority of the day. And so we applied the same logic into the harmonic boost, which makes more sense to also include the resources here. And of course, we decided that when you work on resources, you cannot add protocols or you cannot add stimuli because you don't want to correct the resource. You just want to call it. So you call the structure of the resource and then you work on your different priorities. And on your priorities, you can add some protocols or some stimuli. So I think, that one is a big news. Mm.
And then every time a person does a rescan and a reevaluation, it will basically update the harmonic boost as well in that way.
It will not update it automatically, but it can. So you can add the missing resources, and the old resources will be kept into your harmonic boost, but kept as priorities. So it will be called, but not first as a resource. It will just be enhanced with the new resources if you ever change resources.
Cool.
So yes. Mm.
Amazing.
Where is my big list of news? Just regarding the last one. Yes, of course, huge news. I've already shown you that last time, but when you go to any screen now, you get the new insights. So that's only for the ones that are using the beta version and using the experimental functions, because this one is part of the new 26 release that will be available in before the end of the year anyway, so in December. Mm. So now the idea is that on each screen, you can call the insights. And when you open the insights, it will call some of your AI helpers that can explain the screen and what happens here. So we can just ask them a question.
You have to share your screen.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you go over each thing, it will tell you where it is on the screen. So let's go back because I forgot to share. You open any screen. Here you get this new insights button that you can click. which will open the Insights panel, and you can ask any question related to the biomarkers that are on screen here. Now into the release, something is better than last week. You also have it on priorities. So here you can have the insights related to your priorities, and you can ask them about your different priorities. You have it on resources. So you can ask for the insights of all the, so it picks all the AI helpers that are related to what items are currently on the screen. So all of these biomarkers can potentially be interesting related to these different things. And very interestingly, if you go to list and items and you open any one, for instance, let's go to products and to herbs, you also have the insights here. And if you open the insights, you will be in contact with some of the biomarker, some of the AI helpers that can read these different items and interact with you about these results. So I think it's a really, really interesting new feature because all of these AI helpers are just one click away of each screen to help you understand and interact with all the results in context. And they can explain what is on screen and so on. There is still a lot of room for improvement, of course. So it will be improved again and again because you know that each time we release a new version, we have new functions. About the AI helpers, because you were talking about it and it was raised yesterday in the commercial call. Just keep in mind that you, as a pro, if you are a pro, you have much more AI helpers than general users. And your AI helpers can do much more than what they can do for only general users. So one general user can ask the AI helpers to explain the results or to explain what are some specific biomarkers, but not the stimuli helpers and not modifying anything. When you are an end user and you are guided by a pro, your pro is the one in command. So pros have much more powerful AI helpers, and they have some a lot of other things that are much more powerful than general users. I don't know, Stephen, do you want me to talk about what I wrote this morning about pros?
Yes, please, please. Yeah, yeah,
I think it
that'd be
was
great.
interesting.
Yeah, it's
So
very,
just,
very powerful.
yeah,
Because I think basically what we're saying is that we put the full power of the AI helpers into the hands of the pro. And for
yeah,
the end user, we just basically help them to understand things a little bit without going into too much detail, which will actually overload them with information because only the pros will actually be able to understand the information that's being presented to them. So
that was my point. That was my
right.
point yesterday. That they get so much information and then they get overloaded and they don't know what the main issue is, and we have to guide them.
yes.
Yeah.
Question
Great.
actually, just as a side question, in prevalence, I asked you about this yesterday about the circle above the flower, which it's actually in the Zoom chat there. You'll actually see a screenshot of it. Michael and Daniel want to know what that actually means, and I couldn't answer it yesterday. So
Is it the same screenshot as yesterday?
yeah,
Yes, I don't know if the screenshot is too small. I don't know what it is.
You go to prevalence, Médéric, and then go to the picture above, and then there is a dot somewhere, and Dan wants to know what the meaning is, and I think we discussed it yesterday a little bit. Simply go to prevalence and we show you.
Okay, so let me share my screen.
And I noticed in my back of my head, you told us that the point is a kind of a marker, a general marker about the result of the evaluation, and it
Yeah.
really depends on where the point
Okay, so
is.
this
This
point,
one, yeah.
Yeah, Médéric, you asked me to bring that up in our email, and this is the first time that I've been able to bring it up with you in the meeting.
Okay. So this point,
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. Okay. So
It usually has a number by it though.
it may be. So the number is probably more in progress because you have the point here too.
Yeah,
I should open another one with several parts.
it might be in resources.
No, it's the general coordinate of the average of all biomarkers.
You were explaining it. It's something that has to do with the access.
Yes, exactly. So
There you go.
you have this point here, and if I expand it, I can see several points, and for each of the different parts, we have a point which is the average of the energy and the agitation. So maybe we could draw a line like that to say, okay, we are in average very high in energy, and in average, we are in the first third of agitation for former recordings, but the last one, which is the one with a circle around it, is more in the center, so probably a little bit better. And if you go to prevalence, you should have the same.
Yeah.
Yes. I should be able to click here. Yes. Okay. So you see when I click on the last one, and there is this 5 on top. This is the same as the 5th recording here, which means the first recording, I will enlarge a little bit because there is a, yes, okay. So the first recording is the initial evaluation, and the one after that are subsequent re-evaluations. So you have, when you click, the second one, for instance, is the first re-evaluation, and the average is here. And the color is blue because the maximum energy is on the stabilizing petal, the maximum of amount of different biomarkers. If I go on the third, I'm still in the same place, the fourth same place. Okay. So only the one was a little bit more in the resources. So it's just a way for you to see how the different biomarkers are evolving with time, and if it goes more to the center or more to the border or things like that. Maybe it's too much. I don't know. Maybe it's a bad idea to put that, and it just makes too much information.
Well, so that's a split between the resources. I mean, it gives you the break point. In other words, in section 5 or most of them, it was at about 50% of agitation. And it's
Yes.
always high, so the energy is always high. Is that relevant to the resources, or would that would the dot drop as far as the vertical? Would it show up maybe in the center of the flower, or well, not other than the number? In other words, if the energy average was lower?
Okay, so do I have this? Yeah, no, it's in the book. I should put it in the app. In the chapter related to the flowers in the book, I explained that it's a 3x3 grid. So you have 3 horizontal squares, 3 vertical squares, which makes 9 different positions. And these 9 positions are the 8 petals plus the one in the center, which is all the petals half open. And so this dot shows you where the average is in these 9 squares for each of the different evaluations or re-evaluations. So it can show you the general trend of all biomarkers, for instance, for your evaluation and then for your re-evaluation. If all biomarkers are a little bit more energetic and a little bit more centered, for instance, it indicates that everything is going in a better direction for the recording. I don't
Thank
know,
you.
maybe it's a bad idea to put that. maybe it's overkill and it just makes things too complicated. I don't know. You tell me. And
I think in general the number, the score number, and the pedal, which is the biggest one, and the other one, which is also big, is always indicating the status immediately. So I catch it immediately when I see that. You can immediately say whether somebody is exhausted or not, without
yeah,
even opening the evaluation. This is what I love, Said,
mm.
what's going on, And they're like, oh, what's coming. So this is enough for me. The number and the pedals. The pedals are brilliant because it really is in my blood already, I think.
Okay, so maybe I should remove these points, these dots from these graphs, and
Yeah,
maybe keep the idea to make a specific screen, which would be, I don't know, which we could call track over time or something like that, because it would be much clearer if these dots had some lines to show you the trend, and you would have a kind of graph like that to see how it goes in this 2D map of the flowers. And so maybe I should just remove them from here and put them into a specific screen
yeah,
that would explain what they are about.
Something like a histogram or something, when you're
Yes.
changing the
Yeah.
densities in
Hmm.
a photograph, something like that. And
Well,
you
the
just got,
histogram, we already have it here.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, so this is the histogram, but maybe we should just remove this point and
yeah,
put it in the specific graph. As we have curves for each
yeah.
biomarker, which is just related to the general IC score, and maybe we could have a kind of general curve like that for every biomarker with where the dot is and how it is evolving. That's a possibility. I think it's a good idea to have this visual representation of where the average is or where the specific biomarker is, but maybe just too much information for this screen.
So
So
Well,
speaking of numbers on the
yes,
harmonics, when we used to be able to add stimuli, you had like the red line and the green line and the numbers around that. What happened to those? Because I really liked that.
what? They are not here anymore?
They're not there anymore. No,
Uh, is that only in the latest update?
I haven't noticed them in a while. But I just thought maybe we had talked about it and I missed it. But
No,
generally,
no, no. I'm just, yes, I have it them. So,
I thought those were important too.
yeah,
this one, no impact.
yeah.
Okay, so it seems they are not here for every part. Maybe it's a bug. It should be there. Okay, let me check
Okay,
if
we'll
by any
give you
chance
something to do today.
something has broken about that because it should be there. So um, I check that it looks like a bug because some have information and some not. So
Can you make it bigger too?
what?
Make those little graphs bigger. So, I mean, they're important, but they're so tiny, you really got to search for them.
I don't have them anymore. Okay, so there is definitely a problem. Hmm. The one on the right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is probably just for me, but because I have a red-green color blindness, but uh, on my iPad, Apple makes it, they're in the settings, you can change it for red-green or green-red. And when I do that, and on my iPad, and I won't do it now, but I can maybe send you some screenshots because it's not really a bug, I don't think, but in BioCoherence, it really whacks. Like when you go to planes, mind shadow planes, um, and or even just looking at the alignment, in planes, it just makes the whole section a different color besides the vertical or horizontal bar for me.
Okay. Send me a screenshot because that's a
I,
very
I will.
It's probably a very peculiar setting by Apple that maybe messes with something. And please also, I've heard that some screens lack some contrast, or some
Yes.
screens are like yellow on gray and hard to read. Please send me the
Right.
screenshots, because I know I have some screens to correct. It's not clear in my head which screens must be corrected. So if you have any screen where you can say, oh, this one is hard to read, just send a ticket from the app. You can take a screenshot, and you just put in the ticket hard to read, and so I can correct it for the next update.
Will do.
Yeah, and same for you, Dan, especially because you are colorblind. So if you want to tell me this lacks contrast or anything like that, I can correct it, or maybe make some specific settings for enhancing contrast, or I don't know what.
Oh, I thank you so much.
Mm.
Yeah, thank you
No, no,
for
it's important, because sometimes some screens are created and I just don't notice that it's hard to read, and I'm then going to something else. So just tell me. Mm.
thank you.
Okay, yes. So what I wanted to share with you um, is something I wrote this morning about why become a BioCoherence Pro. I can maybe make it small. No. Yes, okay. So I want to launch the Pro directory, but to be entirely honest with you, we don't have enough pros yet on the platform to open it to the general public. So please go to your app and click on Pro directory in the menu and update your listing if you want to, at some point, to be into this, so that we can finally open it.
So
But
I have something for you to work on then,
yeah,
because
sure.
TJ and I are in the office
Yeah.
and he's the pro in our office, so I can't be a pro too.
No, no, you can, and because you have an account on your side, so you could do something on your account, and we are currently working on the clinic version where you can share
Yeah.
where you can share things, and it's more or less integrated into version 60, but it could probably use some more refinements. But what I want to show you is that. So in version 60, you will have your friends here. And if you click on a friend, sorry, what did I do? Let's go to home. Ah, okay, so you can add anybody into your quick list here. So when you click on any contact and you click on the contact information, you can add or remove from the quick list. And if it's a user, it will be into your user quick list. And if it's a pro, it will be into your colleagues somehow. So if I go to accounts, now I have a quick list. I can have some pros or some contacts.
So
If you add some pros into your quick list, so specifically you, Laura, you want to add TJ and maybe other people into your quick list, it makes it easy to share your. So let's say I want to start working on one specific user. So I will open this exploration, and I will want to share access to this exploration. Because I'm working on a user, now I can share with my pro group here, which gives reading and writing access to the different person into my pro group to this particular exploration. Okay.
I think we're gonna have to go over this again because like this seemed very complicated to me. I don't know about
Once,
anybody
yeah,
else.
okay. So at one point, you want to add TJ into your pro group. So you do it once and for all. So you will have into your pro group TJ and maybe other people you regularly work with. And then when you work on a client, you just go to share access to this exploration and you just check the pros you want to share this exploration with. And they gain access to it. and they will receive a notification that they are invited to work on a specific case, for instance. So they can open it, modify it, save it, and you will receive a notification that they modified it, and you will know who did what on some specific clients. Okay. And I'm currently working on a live session feature where you can both work at the same time on the same clients and see live who is modifying what. And so you will see exactly like when you work on a Google Doc or shared document and you see the icon of the different users that are in different places. So you will see TJ's icon on the page where he is. And if he is working on adding some priorities or changing some screens or I don't know what, you will see everything that it changes in real time. So we are going to provide a full-featured way to work with other professionals in real time. But the same feature will also allow you to work with your clients in real time. It means that you will be able to invite your clients to discover the exploration with you. And each time you open one specific screen, it will open the screen on the client screen, so on the client device, so that he can follow what you are doing. And if you are adding or modifying things, he will get information that, oh, Laura just added this item to the priorities or just added this stimuli to your Harmonic Boost or things like that.
So basically, we're not going to have to be on Zoom to do this.
You would still need to be on a phone call, for instance, because we will not be doing live video or live audio at this point because it's a bit complicated and not the priorities that we want to develop because there are a lot of existing platforms. So you can just open WhatsApp. Sorry?
But our screens will be the same.
But the screens will be the same. Yeah. So you can use anything that you want, like Zoom or WhatsApp or just a regular phone, or just messages, written messages if you want. But you can share the screen in real time. And at some point, I think we will add live audio. But it's not the priority because we have a lot of things to do, and live audio is easy to do with a phone or with WhatsApp or anything. So right now, you would use another app to do the audio, but you would see it in real time. And you remember that I've shown you a few weeks ago that we have added a feature for version 26 where you can have a second screen for your user. So you are working on your desk on your computer and you have a second screen facing your user. And this second screen is only showing the current graph you are working on. Without all the interface of the app and so on. And my idea is that when you stream, when you do a live session with your client, you will only see this exact screen. It means not the whole app interface, just the same as you would have on the screen in your office, which is very simple for the client because he only sees, for instance, the chakras. And that's all, not the menus, not everything else. And if you click on a specific chakra, it will highlight it. So you can show live and to say, hey, look, this chakra, you should work on it. And I will now edit it and add some stimuli on it and so on. So he will be able to follow what you do in real time, but not in the same way as editing the interface and so on. And there will be an additional benefit. If an end user just have a Me Play subscription or no subscription at all, and he does a session with you remotely, it will unlock all the screens for him during the time of the session with you. It means that because he has an appointment with you, he doesn't have to pay for a Pro Expert subscription or to unlock the exploration or anything. During your live appointment, he will be able to see all the screens that you see in the same way that you see them. So it's an additional benefit because it will be an additional incentive for end users to take an appointment with you as a pro, because he will have access to a lot more information during your call with him than he usually has in the app. And speaking of incentives of working with pros, one thing interesting is that you remember you can. Okay, so when you click on the when you click on the pro account, you can see if he has an active subscription, and you can buy or recommend to use for your client to use a specific subscription. So you can, for instance, ask them to use a Me Play monthly, and you can ask the client to pay or pay for the client. But what is really interesting for you is that you have some specific pro offers, which are up to half price of the public price. So it means if a normal user goes to our website or uses the app and wants to pay Me Play monthly, it will be $21.99. But if this same user has an appointment with you as a pro, you can offer them to pay it for half price, so $10.99, which is again a huge incentive for all users around the world to take an appointment with a pro on the platform, because one of the perks they will have is you can get better prices on the Me Play subscriptions. Another perk will be you can get a full access on your exploration screens and full explanations with the pro during your appointment. And what else? And yes, the third perk would be, of course, if you choose a specific pro, you will get access to specific basic programs or specific insights with the AI helpers that the pro can give you, and specific lists and list items that the pro developed or uses, and of course, all of your knowledge as a pro that you can showcase into the pro directory. So I think this addresses your concern from yesterday to say, oh, maybe the AI helpers will replace the pro. It's not at all what I think. I think the AI helpers are here to help people that have knowledge, so the pros, to get more and go faster with the app. But as someone said a little bit before, there is so much knowledge into BioCoherence that the average user cannot really parse everything that is into it. And that's why from day one, I've created a network between users and pros, because each one can support the other one, and it will be done through this pro directory to connect users all around the world with pros that can showcase and explain specific knowledge that they have. Any question about it?
No?
Kat said that those are really nice perks. Thank you, and I agree. Thank you. It's excellent.
My idea is really to create a worldwide network of pros, and when the app gains traction in the general public, I really want everybody that installs the app and starts doing evaluations, something like that, to really have good incentives to connect with the pros that are using the platform. So my vision is that if we have 1 million users and 100,000 pros, and each user want to connect with one or several pros each month, it will give you a lot of new clients to discover. So just through the platform. And at the end, of course, in the pro directory, people will be able to pay directly from within the app. So you can just tell your different offers and prices, and people would say, okay, I want to book half an hour with Laura at this price. So I pay, and it's paid, and you will just receive that this client has booked half an hour with you, and a way to decide on your schedule when you want to place it. And at that time, you will receive a notification. You just click on it. It will open the client's exploration, and you will have directly all the information under your eyes. And you can click on a button to say live stream. And at that point, the client will receive a notification to say, hey, Laura wants to live stream your exploration. Do you agree? And if he clicks yes, it goes to the very simple interface where he sees everything that you see.
You know, it would be nice too if because we're worldwide, that like right now it is 9:45 US Central Time. And then what time is it there? So like if someone in France wants to work with me,
Yeah.
and that I speak English. So
Yeah.
like all of these little things too to give them insight.
Yes. Yeah. And what I plan to do on the Pro directory is what language you speak, Laura. So people can just choose, okay, I'm okay to speak with a therapist that speaks English. Okay. And of course, what time zone you are or where in the map, in the worldwide map you are. So all of this information will be filters for users to find you.
That's awesome. And then
Yeah,
if
so
we
your specialties, so you will be able to check all of your specialties, the languages that you can interact with in spoken word, because in writings, of course, it's easy to translate. So in writings, there is no language barrier. We can just live translate a written chat. So that's not a problem. But I think people will want to have a real appointment with a pro and speak with them. So
I'm excited to work with like Michael and be able to like maybe he has some German clients that speak only German and then we could work together
Yeah,
and
of
he
course.
could translate. That would be fun
Yeah.
for me.
yeah, sure.
There's even a second German person in the call, Christoph.
Ah,
He
hallo
was in the
Christoph. Wie
he
geht's
was
dir?
he was with us in the beginning, and he's
Ah, Christoph, yeah.
in
Okay.
Bavaria. I
Yeah.
know the place, and so he's there.
Hello, hello.
Oh,
Dan
hello.
McDonald has a question.
Yes, Dan.
So the way you were going through really fast with the selection of pro and then the offers, which is I think is a really good thing. You had said that if you showed the Me Play, which
Yeah.
was basically $22, and
Yeah.
then and then with the pro they get it for uh, $11. But you said now, even though it's Play, they still get access to all the pro AI helpers.
No, no. Okay.
That's
Maybe I was not clear. When you have a Me Play, you have access to the AI helpers that can only explain things. So they cannot modify anything. They can just explain, for instance, okay, what is the root chakra? Because I have no idea. I've never heard about chakras. And you can just ask the AI helpers, what is this priority that your pro has put into your priorities, for instance. What I said is that if you done, you are a pro and you are doing an appointment with an end user that has no subscription or maybe already a Me Play subscription, he will have access to your screens during your appointment.
Mhm.
So you will be able to live stream what you are doing on the app, and he will see on his screen the same screen as you see, and it will not be blurred, of course.
Sure.
Yeah. But the AI stay much more powerful for the experts and the pros than they are for the end users.
Also, in Zoom right now, like I take an awful lot of SCORE workshops, and some of them are in Las Vegas, some of them are in New Jersey or Florida or what have you. But when the invite comes to me, it comes to me. It's in my local time zone. So uh, I know that Laura was asking for, for like, right now it's what, 10 o'clock there, almost 11 in France, where you're at, Médéric, in Perpignan.
It's 4
5 p.m.
p.m.
or
Yeah.
5.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. That's what I meant. It's 9 hours difference. Anyway, so uh, a scheduling aspect for that. I mean, you hit Laura, you just said that, well, it'll tell you what time zone they're in, but if there's any way, like on my website, if people select training from me, it pops up a scheduling. And it only right now in Acuity, it only gives them my time zone, right? But I'm not really looking at their screen. I've never really tested it side by side to see what a person in a different time zone would be to be able to schedule. In other
Okay,
words,
so it's already baked in the system because we are storing everything on UTC. So it
yeah,
means the base zone, and then we are displaying everything on the screen according to their local time zone that is decided by the device.
okay. So in other words, if it would be on me to put a range of time because right now I'm not always at my computer with BioCoherence. I mean, I have to make other money. So, if sometimes I don't
Of course,
catch
but
people until at night.
I mean, if someone wants to pay an appointment with you, at some point you have to decide the schedule and what date and how it will be. It's not like, oh, I want to speak with Dan and it's right now. It's I want to pay an appointment with Dan and I pay it, and then I check the schedule of Dan in whatever way to decide from a date and how where this appointment will take place.
So the scheduling is not in BioCoherence. It would be something that I would have to bring up on through me, maybe.
I
Well, I mean,
think
they
it
can
should
always.
be in it should be in BioCoherence for practical reasons, so that you can decide some. I don't know. It's actually a very complicated question because if we put it in
Yes.
BioCoherence, it means that you should have all of your appointments decided into BioCoherence so that we know what availability you have. But if we don't put it into BioCoherence, you have to provide for a system to your clients so that they can take some appointments, and it could be any third-party system like Calendly or I don't know what, which allows you to maybe manage it more easily because they have tools that are specifically designed for managing your appointments. And now there are a lot of systems on internet that can allow you to take some appointments and allow users to take some slots.
Yeah, I thank you.
Yeah.
On my website, that's how I find out because I'm not always monitoring, even though some on my phone I can get the email that'll pop up, but it doesn't tell me you have an appointment. I have to open up the email, but at the very least, I get an acknowledge. Just like TJ's friend David in Florida, he's got a friend that wants to buy a sensor, and they'll probably today it'll probably show up if they bought it off the website.
I think the easiest way would be that if people find you on the Pro Directory and pay for an appointment for one of the offers that you have, you will just receive a message to say, hey, this person with this email just paid for half an hour with you. And it could send him an automatic message coming from you that you decide. And this message could say, "Hey, thanks for your payment. Click here to take an appointment with you." And that would be you to decide where they click. So it could be a Calendly link or any service that helps them to take a specific appointment. I don't know. Or
Yeah,
it could be call my secretary at that number to take your appointment, or any way that you want to usually take appointments with new users. You know.
sure. Okay. No, I understand, but that's just why I brought it up because
Yeah.
right now
But it's true because it's actually a very complicated question, and I don't think we should manage your schedule into BioCoherence because it would force you to put all of your schedule into BioCoherence to know which available slots are there, and it's not our core business to manage your schedule. You know, there are many tools that allow you to do that, maybe much better than we would do. We don't have to reinvent existing tools, and managing a schedule is already a commodity on the market. So,
well, yeah, I mean, at the very least, and I don't know about anybody else, but I have a website that has acuities so if they're going to uh, get some training from me, maybe you could help me set up a JavaScript that would link them to my website scheduling
yeah,
page.
exactly. You
And
just have to put a link into the Pro Directory
yes,
registration, and we have a field to say this text will be only displayed to users after they pay. And
mhm.
in this text, you can do anything. So you can put the
But
link to your scheduling system.
well, will they be paying on the BioCoherence website
I
or?
think so. Right now, it's not ready, so it's still open to discussion. But I think it's good if we can just take the payments on the BioCoherence website, which would maybe not be mandatory. Maybe you could say you can either pay here or you can go to this website to pay, or I don't know what. But for practical reasons, I think it could be good to open this payment through the app because we could also take in-app payments from Apple or Google from the whole world, which sometimes is easier than sending people to pay on specific websites or I don't know what. So it's a possibility, but I don't think it should be mandatory. But it should be one of the possibilities of payment for contacting you.
Okay. Well, no, thank you for that. Anyway, I hope you're not going to bring up any more new stuff because I really need, I've got a dish that's going to take 5 hours to prepare and I got to get it ready and put in the oven. So anyway, thank you all. For the people in America, happy Thanksgiving. And for the people in Europe, have an
Happy
abundant
Thursday.
day. Yeah. So we'll see you all next week.
Thanks,
Yes, see
Dan.
you next
Good
week.
luck. Ciao.
Kat has a question about keeping the price. So the current pricing is valid until the end of November, which makes only a few days. But as you can see, if you give the invitation link to your users, they still have access to the old prices as long as you want. We will not put a time clock on it. And it's a perk of going through a pro. So you, as a pro, you have this invitation link that you can send from the account of your client in the app. And if you send them a link to pay, so you remember, you go to, let's just do it. So you click on the icon and you click on about, and here you have these different options, and all the ones that are marked pro offer. So for instance, Me Play for 3 months, you click ask the client to pay, and he will get a link. He will get an email with a link to pay at the former price, which is half the price of the new public price. So it's a good perk for you as a pro. And this should not be limited in time. It should be a permanent offer that we give you as a pro to be able to give incentives to your own users.
Yesterday, I looked at the page and it says 12/12, so it's like 12th of December. These prices or something. It's so when I opened because I was checking the prices. So when you open the subscriptions and then it says 12/12, it says. I was laughing. I don't know why.
I have
I didn't check today. It was
0112.
no, it was like not 0. It was 12/12, like 12th of December.
Have you got it on screen there, Anton, that we can see it?
Check. Wait. No, it was yesterday, and then I laughed because I wanted to ask you the same stuff that she is asking you because of my this. It's like in
Okay,
four.
so let me just check because you go to price. And by the way, we have activated the website in 20 languages now, which was long overdue. But now, if you go to the flags, you have all the 20 languages.
You see
and so you go to
the
me, and it says until 0112.
Okay, I can show you mine because it's different. Okay.
That's
Look.
interesting. Okay.
Okay, now we are like, you see? Oh,
Sorry.
no, I need to.
Change on 2012. Okay. So maybe it's not very clear. That means that if you click here, you will change your current subscription on the 12th of December.
So it's like my end of my subscription.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
But it's a good point. Maybe the wording is not perfect, so I will make it more clear. And I've lost my pen. No, okay. Change on this one is not translated, by the way, I think. Change subscription.
Your current plan, it's okay. No, yeah, okay,
And it's maybe not showing the promo price because when you go here, you see until 0112 Black Friday promo. Keep this price forever, which with each renewal.
Yeah, but this was a little confusing because
it's a good point. I will work on the wording. And by the way, we have also changed here. Your current choice is much more bigger than before. So each time you change, that was a remark from Dan, I think. He said most of the screen was related to general information, but not especially on what you have. So now most of the screen is devoted to what you are actually choosing.
Okay, and now we're talking about
I've also reworked a little bit the install page because people said it was not nice. So I think it's nicer now. Yes, Anton? Sorry?
I just turned around and I lost it because I didn't write it. No, it was like two things. One, that I sent the ticket. I don't know if you get it for the harmonizer because it's not on the desk on Windows version. It's not like switching. It's not timing the time going down, like going like when I switch manually to the third like section, and then it starts like timer going down. The first two doesn't go down, and then I don't know
I'll test it on Windows. Okay.
I don't know if you get the ticket I send you from mine, but I don't even see the.
I don't see it.
Yeah, because I didn't get now. I remember that I didn't get like your ticket, your like support acknowledgement. Yeah, that I send it.
No, I don't see it.
Okay, and yeah, because I wanted on this next weekend, not this one, next one, to have like this showcase of the harmonizer. So put like 10 minutes on people just like. So,
okay, so I check that everything works fine with Windows, and if not, we will do some corrections in the next beta.
Okay.
No
Okay.
problem.
And fuck, I need to write it that 2 times. Okay, I will let you know. It's something else, but I cannot remember. A lot of things different.
Okay. Anyone else has questions?
Kat actually wants to know, will the Harmonic Boost keep playing on lock screen? And yes, Kat, we have fixed a few little
It
bugs that
should be fixed on all platforms now.
Yes.
It
So
was kind
confidently
of a
go.
long-standing problem with many different problems and so on. It's actually much more complicated than you can imagine. And we have 6 platforms.
And 150 languages.
Yeah. Otherwise, it would be too easy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe we stop here. Unless, Anton, you remember what you wanted to ask?
Well, no, it's more like less for the something not
Okay.
so much important to the record.
Okay, so I'll stop the recording now.
Sorry, just before you do, Kat has just said she's ready to start talking to her clients. That's amazing, Kat. Nice one. Thank you for your trust.
Okay.